Guess it's come on. Come on. Not recording. Kidding. Come on. Okay, here we go. Wasn't sure if it was going to go. Here we go. All right, greetings. Name of join us. Nice webinar. It's Wednesday. Let's just put it that way. Beginning of our November. I think so. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wish everyone. We do a few messages and then go into Q&A. All right. Take care. Here we go. Blessings. Greetings. We are from Venus. You were mentioning chemtrails earlier. Yes, they are diffusing, yes, your human collective's consciousness. It distorts it, as you know. But it does take it to another place. Other planets, other realities, where, yes, some possession can be done. But also, yeah, it does affect the aura in many ways. So the healing of this is basically for those of you that are in the awakened state to, not give up, because you are healing these energies, diffusing the timelines. It just takes time, as everything does. But you're bringing in new timeline energies for not just for more of an awakening energy, not necessarily for the aliens, but just basically for the issues such as chemtrails and other. It's going to unlock itself, but not just yet. It will go into your headline news eventually, but not yet. It will. Your society is not quite ready for it. It is slowly opening up. Because when they go into more of the conspiracies, then they'll go into more of the aliens. So that not quite mainstream has not fully dived into that. Then they're going to more spirituality in your mainstream media, which will not be longer your mainstream media anymore. It'll be more like not necessarily like a metaphysical, church. Not exactly like that, but more of a positive note than a negative one, which is in your future, but time of when that is up to your collective. So blessings to you all. Greetings. We are the Martians. You are, yes, going through a lot of our karma because our worlds combined, as we are living Mars on your world. So you're dealing with a lot of our difficulties that we were not able to master as our Earth, our Earth disappeared, where we no longer be living upon it. And you say some of your Atlanteans had something to do with that. Of course, we had something to do with it too, as our culture shifted. And the reason, however you look at it, was for Mars to kind of close down, for your Earth to continue, as your planet needed the energies from Mars as it is today. Different ways of looking at it, of course. But you are, yes, Mars part 2, you can say, which made the world a lot more complicated, but combining the two is necessary. So it'll be a different place if you had no Martian energies. It'd be a lot lighter, actually. So you're dealing with a lot of their conflicts that were just doubled once they entered your atmosphere. But it made the world more interesting. Yes, it did cause more wars. It brought you Julius Caesar also. And other things. Let's see. Greetings to you. We are the Pleiadian collective. Blessings. As yes, the sharpness of your reality, yes, is harsh, but also conversation is key for healing. Community is a Pleiadian way. Your war society is part of mostly reptilian, but it's part of several societies actually. But conversation is key for your transition, and more of that, more of your downtowns be more for conversations. You're going to go into more of a community when society allows it. Now they use bars for that, but problem is they're getting so toxic, they're not really having the conversations they can to get out of their problem. Some of them are creating more, not even realizing it. So they got the comfort of adding more drama so you can go back to the bar and talk about all your problems again. It's kind of like a problem keeper than a solver. So we're here for your assistance whenever you're ready to answer your questions. Blessings to you.
Blessings, greetings. Thanks again for coming in.
Yes.
First up this evening, we have Logan.
Greetings.
Greetings to you.
My first question is, what are my connections with the Pleiadians?
Well, I believe you have an idea. It did bring your human form to you. As a Zeta incarnated many times as a Pleiadian, as bring this Zeta way of technology. So you're basically a technician in many incarnations, a scientist in some ways. But you wanted to communicate through the Pleiadians. As a Zeta, it was very difficult to communicate. At least their communication is a lot different. So you brought a more verbal energy to your existence, as many Pleiadians talk like your world does. A lot of Zetas don't, they just do the mind. They might have a mouth, but they don't hardly ever use it. So that's a little bit of blessings.
Cool. My second question is, are there any messages from my guides?
Yes, not worry about your school situation recently, today. I believe it was today.
Yeah.
Well, you're worrying more about the teacher, and patience is not one of her virtues, as you can see. And also, in some ways, she wants to be a kid herself. That's why some teachers want to just be in a classroom and just, so they're kind of like grown up, but they'd rather be sitting in and not teaching anybody. They're sharing what they're teaching, but either way, your message for you is you have a lot of observing energies. You're very good at observing. So if you see it from an alien perspective, or if you look at it through your perspective, what is my perspective? This, of this person, of the teacher, whatever it might be, you open up your philosophy connections, which will open up other talents over time. Basically, you have like a, what do you call it? Be able to talk to people, like a counselor energy you have around you. They can talk to people and help them solve their problem, or at least solve them out of depression.
Interesting.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Blessings.
Thank you, very cool. Up next, we have Daria.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
This late hours here from Norway.
Yes.
Do you have any anything you can throw at my fire?
One moment. I'm not sure. Is there like a subject matter you want us to go into, or just anything?
Nah, I think you will pick it up. If my guys allowed you.
Well, I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for. But we do see. Well, we'll go by what we're allowed to look at. There's archon energies that you're releasing from the earth. Some of them are prisoners. Some of them are actually incarnated in jail here. You actually, this is like really unrelated to your life, but you are, the prison system. You're very connected to that, actually. Not to say you're personally connected to it, but through astral you are.
Yeah, I have seen visions of it.
Yes.
Plenty of times, and even about how much is allowed.
Yes.
And what new things can be put in.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
showing like more open jails. Like, yeah,
Yes, correct.
that's future thing. But anyways,
Yes, many of them. I believe this was mentioned ages ago, even through Ivan, but nobody remembers everything. But yes, a lot of those that are in jail, a lot of them have actually opened themselves up, spiritually, but they don't know how to handle it. A lot of them, they're better off being in jail than being in society. So they don't know what's going on with them. So that's why you're there astrally, kind of. Yeah, the jails eventually will be more healing centers, but it's got a while for that. Some are more safe, feel safer there than they do out on the side of the road, as you know.
Yeah, they're afraid of themselves too.
Yes, they're great. Yeah, there's half the population of that. Yes.
And any other messages regarding my 3D life / persona daily life?
It
I
will.
know
Yes,
it's really boring.
it's in the improvement stage. Part of you is kind of slowing it down because you don't want it to be too improved. It will disconnect you from astral, because you get too ingrained in the third dimension that you might forget your astral connections. Not that you fully release it, just you're doing so much in astral right now, you don't want to fully disconnect from it. Because you can.
Healing.
So you're going about it slowly. That's why certain situations haven't happened as you like. And also to bring in the right person into your life. You kind of put, as you probably heard it's 100 times, it's been put on hold many times. There's been countless candidates, but they've been kind of
I see also I'm pushing that person away because I know it's coming. So I'm not like, it's like, whatever. Let me do this first. This is more fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're
The
getting
comfort
more
zones are coming. Well, let me have a life first. Yeah.
Yes, you're getting more in tune to yourself. So
Yeah.
there's more to it, but not
Thank
public.
you
Yes,
so much. You were Martian?
We are Pleiadian.
Oh yeah, you're Pleiadian. Okay, so I was out of the room, but
Yes.
thank you so much, Pleiadian and
you.
Martian as well.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Yes, those were the alternate universe Martians that came in, right?
They are connected. No, well, yes, but they are connected. They're connected to your current Mars.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Next we have Stephen.
Hello, Pleiadians.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings to you. How you doing?
We are doing well. I feel
Thank-
like you're living well also.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Much love to you.
Blessings.
I was wondering if you could help me with an experience I had in sleep state. It was an awesome dream, by the way. Anyways, I was basically started out where I was booking a trip. And I was trying to get everything together. This one dude was helping me at the time, and he disappeared. But so we get into this little bitty plane, and it's a woman pilot, and it's a very small plane, only 2 or 3 passengers. And so we take off. And then we go over this ocean, and what's fascinated me the most is that in the ocean was like huge sea creatures. I mean, there's one that was like a giant eel-looking creature with big old teeth. There's a big old whale, and when we were going across the ocean, one jumped up like this whale was like 5 times bigger than the one we have here. Almost hit us, and she had to swerve to the left. And so she finally lands, and she lands in Alabama. My first place was Alabama. I was like, oh, and then she said, oh, can I get off? It's like, no. And then she took off from there, and then something started happening with the plane, and we landed really quick. It's like, oh, is this still Alabama? She's like, yeah. And then my second trip was supposed to go to London. It was Alabama and London. I was wondering if you got more information on this. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's you were connected to the Syrians, but that was you were connected to that world, but also you're connected astrally. So this was one moment, a quick trout. So you had a quick trip around a certain place. So astrally, you left a lot of your fragmented self there for assistance in those places. There's more going to occur there, but it's not going to show itself. Basically, your existing timeline changes. And bringing in, yeah, there's just changes coming into those areas. So that was a fun way of seeing it happen. There's different ways of looking at it, but that one was just, yeah, to blow you away, basically. And that world you go to often for healing, for relaxation. It's like, well, I'm on Earth. It's like, oh, yeah, here, we'll help you out. So, blessings.
Blessings. The second question is since I'm very connected with the Pleiadians, yeah, I would love to know more about my Pleiadian lives or my current connected or with Del Eve, maybe something about him or just anything in general. Thank you.
Well, as a Pleiadian, yes, you worked much with the third eye to awaken it, but also to shut it down. It's development with the chakra systems. So you're very much experiment with all the chakras. The third eye is the most important one because it's vision. It's, it plays a big role on this planet. So part of your DNA connection to the Earth is through the understanding of the chakras. You do it through the Pleiadians. You do it through the Arcturians. You just understand the chakras. So when you do a healing, you feel the chakras. In this world, you probably can feel that to an extent. What you need, even on animals, you can feel it too. You can even feel it moving, possibly. So just the chakra energies it's part of your DNA. You can say the chakra. I mean, yes, they're part of everyone's DNA, but part of you is like you're part of that. You're kind of part of everyone's chakra energy to a certain extent. So, blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
Okay, up next we have Emmy.
Hi, Pleiadian. How are you doing?
Greetings to you. We are doing well.
Greetings. I just wanted to see if you have any input for me that's work related. I feel like I'm making positive moves. Sometimes I second guess myself or just feel a little overconscious of myself because I get like really excited because I feel like I'm in the flow of things so much that like maybe I come off either too strong or erratic.
Well, part of you wants to come out in more of a 5D perspective, but you calm that down. So that's why you're shifting into a consciousness so you can interact with humanity. So part of you wants to go into more to your Arcturian self. So when you activate and shut down, you're doing it just so you can interact with society. So you're kind of giving kind of like light your fire, and then you kind of calm it down. That's what's happening with that. And it's going to continue on. You're doing a healing. You're going, your astral self actually goes, like where you work, goes through all the rooms, goes through all the buildings where you're at a high vibration. I didn't realizing it.
Yeah.
So there's more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. Blessings.
Yeah, my astral seems like a combination of like all of the work that I've done, some kind of future activity, all melded into one.
Yes.
So it's very interesting.
Yes.
So I don't really have any much else, but if you have any input or information, if anybody wants to say anything specifically to me, I'm
Yeah. Well, this was kind of strange of holy water. If you're interested in that, you find it somewhere, find it however you want to find it. It is something that you can work with for your own healing. So like holy water is something that some people create their own, however you want to look at it. But it's just something, yeah, you can create your own if you wish. You can put your own intentions into it. But we feel it will help you do a releasing through water.
Okay.
It just, you can have, yes, you have to look on, you can put out in the sun for a while, bless it, and just have water and like focus on it, do a release. And you might see some dragons or things are releasing from you.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, some things that you don't no longer need. Because, yes, some of your energies are tangled up in this world, as you probably feel that. But that's so you can be a part of it. So that's all we have.
That's the way I try to rationalize my bad life decisions.
Yeah, it's complicated, but yes, we'll have to do with that. So,
thank you very much. Blessings.
Blessings.
Very interesting. Ironically, speaking of dragons, up next is Dragon.
Yes, greetings.
Hello, how you doing?
Yes, blessings.
Hey, so for my first question, I'm going to give like a really short story, if I'm capable of that. I used to a long time ago. I just don't do it as much anymore. I guess I got kind of bored of it. I used to go out of body a lot, and I used to like lay down and then just leave my body. Sometimes I'd go like pop onto ships and dance around and stuff and get people's attention. Like they didn't really usually care too much. But sometimes I just stay right around where I was and like in my own, in the house I was in or whatever, and walk around and just explore things, out of body, being able to see through walls and stuff like that. But the weird thing is, like, if something was happening physically that seemed to like force me back into my body, like a relative was coming in my direction and I could see them like across the household, like it was like I could see through walls when I wanted to. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I knew they were coming, and I just knew they were coming. Like I didn't need to guess. I'm like, okay, I know someone's coming. So I'm gonna prepare. They're not gonna knock me back into my body. Their energy's not gonna, and like no matter what I did, the moment they got close to me, boom, I got smashed back into my body. And I was wondering, what is the energy aspect that causes that to happen? And is there a way to prevent that? Of like someone getting close to you, their energy, and forcing you back into your body or 3D.
Well, that is just bringing protective energy around yourself. It's like, oh, somebody's coming, so I better bring another extra energy around myself. And even make yourself even invisible to them so they can't pick up on you. Different aspects of going, but basically you're building a protective barrier around yourself. So, and also to like leave the room from them. So that, you can still see them, but if you leave the room, it's not likely they're going to get involved with you. Unless they sneak up on you. So, yeah, the more you leave the room, just go through the wall and go to the next room, you can still see them. Less likely they'll be able to push you back. So it's kind of like you're avoiding them in some ways. Because you never know when you get kicked back in.
Those tricks that you guys just kind of learn through time.
Yes, yes. Or we get possessed by another being or something like that. That happens. It won't happen to you, but sometimes it does.
I had it happen to me once, but my body took over and forced them out.
Very good. Well, you had to learn. You needed that experience for that.
Yeah, I figured I let them in, which kind of made me feel bad about them.
Correct. Correct.
So my other question is, it seems like sometimes, like when I focus a little energy on, something like a group of people that have the same goals or, work for a company or something, it seems like I'm always able to boost the energy around me. Like I'm able to make them more effective just by my presence. Like I could just sit in the corner of a room and the company would be more successful or the group would be more successful. But I also pick up that there's some beings that may be aware of that at a higher level and may throw people at me intentionally for me to, it's sort of like selfishly have me boost their agenda. And I was wondering, like, does that happen and how do I pick up on that better?
Well, yes, know what you're looking for, of course. Everyone's energy signature is different. So you gotta basically to act fast. Like you just basically adapt to new energies of people, individuals, so you can act on it quicker. So when you do pick up on that, you can switch it on, so you can so be more aware. To kind of upgrading your alarm system, you can say. So that's what we recommend. That's all we see at this time.
All right, thanks. Much love.
Yes, blessings.
Thank you. Next, we have James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Can you tell me my Pleiadian connections to places on Earth or nearby planets or Just on Pleiadian worlds.
Well, Canada is very connected to the Pleiadian world. Parts of the Atlantic Ocean, but around your area, it's more connected to the tree energies at this time. The trees download Pleiadian energies at this time. I believe there's a lake in your area that's close by that has some Pleiadian energies, mostly Syrian, though, from what we're seeing. But Canada, I don't believe you live by Canada, but Canada is very much a Pleiadian place. Norway is too, but Canada is also. Those things.
I see. And is there any messages from you or Pleiadians or anyone? And also, should I be working more on my throat or crown chakra areas?
All of your chakras would be good, but yes, the throat chakra would be the number one. Crown's okay. The throat's the biggest one, so you can get your words out. Part of you wants to hold things in. But for messages, just connect to the angels. I believe you are doing it. Connect to them when you feel is necessary. They're going to do a healing within you. Remove some blockages through your music, so you can ask for healing while you do your music, and most likely you'll feel something that just left you, most likely. So, and you might get an idea of what something might come to mind that you need to let go of. So we recommend that. Blessings.
All right, thanks.
There we go. Up next, we have Tristan.
Greetings from Canada.
Yes, greetings.
I have. Well, my question is, I've been connecting to dark energy within me recently, and feeling a sense of that I've been spent my life pushing it away, and now it's time to very much let it in. After having spent most of my life being quite afraid of possession and stuff, is this the right track?
Not the possession side, no.
No, really? Oh, yeah.
But releasing, yes. You're coming to a side of darkness that might bring in something, and you're there to let it go. So you're kind of letting it. You're kind of opening up a door for darkness to come in. So you get rid of that door altogether. So wherever you feel that darkness, release it, let it go,
Okay.
and there'll be no possession there. So possession comes in through darkness of the soul. Not to say you have to be perfect letting go of all your darkness, no, but you do want to let go of all doorways, allow something to come in. So, and many of you do let things come in just for the hell of it. We realize that. Artists do it all the time. Singers do it all the time. Some of your best songs came from possessed people.
Yes. So it's not. I was thinking it was more kind of combining with it, but you're saying it's just let it go through and say bye.
Let go of let go in the. You can combine your darkness and release it. Yes, that's what we recommend.
Okay.
But you're going to keep volumes of it, but there'll be something that you do need to release.
Okay.
That'll bring harm to you. So not to say it will happen, but
okay. Okay. And the second is about my grandmother. I just seem I have a sense that I don't know who she is, but I want to know if she's around, if she's reaching out, or she's dead. But
she's like a spirit guide to you at this time.
Oh, she is. Okay.
So her presence are pretty like a light energy around you. Yeah, she's giving you. She just showed up from what we're seeing.
Okay.
From what we pick up. So she's influencing you in a positive way. So sometimes I feel like, is my grandmother doing this? Is that why I'm looking at drapes or whatever it might be? So that's her. She's just letting you know that she's there. And you can always talk to her, whatever you feel. It does feel like something you need to clear up with her from what we're seeing. But she's saying nothing to be afraid of. Because she's helping you through this process that you're going through.
Okay.
So you're opening up your more clairvoyance, your more abilities, and she's there to assist with that.
Okay.
She was actually very connected to that in her life, but she wasn't making it known to others. She didn't quite understand it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I never knew it, so I don't know. Okay.
She didn't really know it either. She used those abilities and had no clue.
Oh, really? Okay. Right.
Many do on your world. Many
Yeah, yeah.
use the ability, as you know, use it all
Yeah,
the
well,
time and have
me
no
too.
clue what they're doing.
That's me.
Exactly. Yes. So she's there. Yes, you exercise your abilities. Yes, you're at the time of opening up your clairvoyance, many things. Now's the time. That's what she's saying.
Now's the time. Well, thank you, Grandma. And thank you.
Yes. Blessings to you.
Blessings.
Very nice. Up next, we have Don. Does Don post her questions?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, then I'll come back to Don, and up next will be Liz. And
Hello,
Yes. Blessings.
blessings. Well, I am trying to buy a house, and I know I've been told that would not work for this house, but this is really the only option we have so far, um, financially. So I've been talking to the energies there,
Mhm.
mentally. So am I doing any progress?
Yes, you steamroll into it is what they say. You just have to. Yes, there's going to be blockages, but just to keep going forward. Yes, there's going to be a delay in getting it. Let's put it that way. But you will get it eventually. But delay might be a couple months, maybe sooner. So you can look at that timeline and bring it closer to you. But to bring it closer is persistence to get it.
Yeah, I guess persistence can. But I'm. How about a couple of weeks? I mean, by next.
Yes, it is a possibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It has to do with your action on your side.
In my side.
Yes. When there's opportunity, go for it to make a deal, to make it happen, whatever it might be.
Oh, I see. So it should be a little bit more firm or
Yes, harder to it. Yes, talk to everybody, see where you can. I mean, you got the time for it. Might as well just. I mean, if there's no other choice, talk to everyone you can, and when you get an opportunity to bring something new to them, please do.
Yeah, today actually I brought something new.
Mm-hmm.
So and they were not aware of
Yes.
an update.
Very good. Yes.
And I guess that will work then.
Well, timelines are shifting all over the place right now.
I see.
So, yes, and you can also speed up the date by manifesting more assistance, to, use with them, paperwork, whatever it might be, that you can give them. Yeah, it's not an easy process. Many beings do not want you to have that, as you can see.
Yes, it's been difficult. But when I attempt to, go for a different house, and nothing worked. Only this one that is somewhat working. It's still stuck, but it's working.
Well, it's like a bolt that's stuck.
I know. I gotta keep turning.
So
right?
yeah, you just gotta keep working on it. It's just a different type of bolt that you're not used to.
Yes. Okay.
So yes, a couple of weeks is most likely, but you just got to keep on it. The universe, it's just timelines are all overlapping. They're all over the place. So.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. I could sense a little bit more free going that way. So, like unstuck.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Is there any message specific for me, like my personal development?
There are reptilian energies that you're healing at this time. And you can say at that property, there's reptilian vibrations above it and below it. They're connected. There's a lot of ghost energies above it and below it. They're all over it. It's all over the place. So there's kind of like an astral cloud around it. It's not exactly the most positive. As you tap into it, most likely throughout the manipulations also.
from the new house or this house? I didn't
New
get it.
house.
The new house.
Your
Okay.
house doesn't have a problem. You're already done deal with that. So, yeah, as you tap into it, most likely it's a hidden, obviously a hidden cloud and not want to make itself known. So,
Interesting.
so make sure you protect yourself because
Mm-hmm.
some things don't want you to have it. So,
Okay. Okay.
like there's like presence or you smell something next to you. It's like just to let you know.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
That's nice.
Blessings.
Okay, I have Dawn's questions here. I'll read those for her. Her first question, she says, "Do you see any success for my writing efforts? Will anything get published?"
Well, we see more self-publishing because the market is not in a good shape right now. But keep putting your stuff out there because people will like your work. So if you put on a blog or anything that you feel, whatever it is, or put parts of it out there, you will build a base. But the publishing world is just, I mean, you can do articles, things like that to try to get those published. But yeah, it's a very difficult market at this time.
Okay, perfect. Second question, is there a move coming up for me in the next months or so? Thank you so much. Many blessings.
There's a possible 2 months for it. It's still up to you in the long run, but yes, there's a possibility of it. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I have Marvin's questions. He asked me to read those. So his first question, he says, "Who mentioned to me that Anunnaki has their part to play with the incarnations and hardship I've experienced? What name can I communicate with, and how do I summon them?"
Anunnaki by... Well, the first name it came through is Jordan. We'll just use that name. So it's Anunnaki doing that, like a high priestess talk to you. So
I've heard that name mentioned before for him in the webinars too. So I believe he's familiar with that being.
Yes.
Okay. Blessings. For a second question, can you explain what other lives I've had as other races or other beings that I don't know who interfere in my day-to-day besides Zeta?
Well, this one, the Pleiadian lifetimes, you got Pleiadian lifetimes that were not easy at all. They're actually working on the sun. And you've had lifetimes where you kind of got disconnected, kind of lost yourself. You died working on the sun. People working on buildings and all that, but you're working on the sun. And you got lost for quite some time. So you came back to this earth because this sun was very similar to the one you were working on. That was actually in another universe. So this world's energies very well. Let's put it that way. So that's why you came here. You came here more open than others, as you can see, because you can handle it. Many don't come here open because they can't handle it, as you can tell. So blessings.
Blessings. Very interesting. I was just thinking about dying on the sun. If you were high vibrational, you could live on a sun.
Yes,
in
you
a
can.
sun. But if your vibration drops down, that's why you would die then, because you would be incinerated as you manifest.
His situation is a little bit different than that, but yes.
All right.
His was more
being hyperbolic.
His was more sabotage. You got attacked.
I see. Okay. All right.
He didn't see it coming.
Thank you. Thank you for. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, blessings. Up last this evening is me. Thanks again for coming in. I was wondering, just trying to find more joy living here in this incarnation.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could ask myself, my higher self, what was my favorite incarnation living here on this planet?
Oh, one of those Asian with karate type of fighting arts. It wasn't called karate, but it was very similar to those. It
martial
was just martial arts. Yes, you did it all the time, and you didn't do it for war, but you did have times where you had to use it. But for most time, it was for study, for fun. Here's a lot of times it had. This shows you a fisherman out in the middle of the sea having a blast, basically. Most likely, didn't have a lot of people around you, and that was probably the joy of it. You can kind of talk to the fish and feel the vibrations. That was some time ago, so that was connected to like an Asian incarnation too.
Yeah,
So
both good hobbies to pick up.
yes, it's just something that just because you're connecting to when you're fishing. Yes, you might be fishing for fish, but you're also connecting to the water and the grass and the land. So you look at where your feet are, you're connecting to all of that, your surroundings. The fish, you just say, hey, come and catch it. I want to be part of this too. So, is that a way of looking at it? So that's a little glimpse of what you have.
All right, thank you for that. Blessings.
Yes.
For my second question, just want to see if I have any Pleiadian connections in astral and if they have any messages for me.
Yeah, it's more, you can say more productive in this incarnation. That's why you feel kind of stagnant here. But you're going into the higher levels. As a Pleiadian being, you do connect to God, like super beings. You don't always like them, but they do give you information. Sometimes you do kind of push their buttons to kind of get a reaction from them to learn something about. You don't do it very often, but you also build cities and worlds in astral as a Pleiadian being that are futuristic. So it's a place. It's a place where you just have a blast, basically.
Is there anything relative to what's happening here in astral? Any connections with the Pleiadians that they're assisting with whatever mission I'm keeping secret for myself?
Raising the Earth's vibration through creativity. Sometimes you connect to Elon Musk and astral, kind of like protect them, even if you don't always agree with them. But you can kind of work with what you have here. You see around the Jeff Bezos energy, and it's like what kind of clown is this? So there's a lot of misconceptions there. That's coming from yourself. So you know more about this world than you might realize. So part of you wants to be president of this country too. Why not? Just to give you some shit. I'll kick your ass.
I've joked around with that. Yeah, I've played around with that idea.
Yes. So all right, we'll leave you with that. So is there anything else for us? Yes, thank you.
No, that'll do it for this evening.
Thank you for allowing us to come through. Yes. Vibrations, we're doing what we can for humanity. We can only do so much. Humanity has to change their ways, as you know. We offer, but humanity makes the final decision. So, blessings to you all. All right. Greetings.
Can't do blessing.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me. Thank you. Blessings.
Sweet. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Blessings, and have a great night. Take care.